Testing audio. Aha! Looks like we're on. All right. Like to jump on here a few minutes early and get things set up. Uh-huh. Where are we at? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Share that onto my page. Kevin says, good evening. Good evening, Kevin. Thanks for joining us. We'll be starting right on time tonight at 8 o'clock. It's looking good. Share this to the ChillerNight Facebook group page. Okay, well, let's see. Got a few more pages I want to share this on, and then we'll begin. Aha. It seems to me like something has changed since the last time I've been on here. I almost just come to expect that anymore. All right, we got 2 minutes left, a minute and a half. We're doing pretty good. Doc says, hey, Brian. Hey, Doc. How's it going? I can't see all the comments just yet, but I will hear very shortly. As soon as I get these shared, I'll hop on the chat page. See if we got any of our YouTube viewers watching. Yep. All right. I think we got everything we need. So let me open up the chat. Wow. Look at that. With a minute to spare. A minute. Okay. I'll go back and check to see if I missed any comments. Oh, I don't think I can actually. Well, if you wrote anything on Facebook or on YouTube before I just now opened up my new chat, I won't be able to see it, unfortunately. So if you wrote anything you want to write again, let me have it. John says, after hold that chat, I will start the show, and then John, I'll get yours first. Here we go. Hey everybody, this is Brian Hug. Welcome to the ChillerNight Live pre-show. I am back this week. Yes, I had to take a week off, but I am back and you are here, and that's all that matters. We're from 8 p.m. until 9, a couple minutes shy of 9 p.m. We'll sit here and chat with each other about all things horror, science fiction, paranormal related, and pretty much anything else you throw at me. So let's see. And of course, we'll be talking about the upcoming ChillerNight television programming on Stream TV beginning at 9 p.m. We'll get to all that. We'll get to the schedule here. John says, after a long week, your patience will be rewarded. This is ChillerNight pre-show. This is Crozak the Grand, and now on with the show. Thank you very much. Joe Expo says, greetings. I think, hopefully I'm saying that right. Joe, greetings, Joe. Thanks for, Joe Expo. Thanks for joining us. Cassandra says, hi, everybody. Watching from the hot tub tonight on my phone. Ah, that sounds very cool. David says, good evening. Champagne popped and poured. Cheers. All right. Thanks for joining us tonight. Tom says, hi, all. Hey, Tom. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. And Brian says, hello, everyone. Hey, Brian. Carrie says, Brian, I need Nurse Diana to come take care of my scachia. I'm very okay. I'm sorry. All right, we'll see what we can do about that. Joe Expo says, I barely got through last week without you. Oh, well, thank you. What was going on last week? Oh yeah, Ava's sister's birthday party. Yeah, it was. Yeah, we went to that last week. That's why. That's why. And Joe Expo says, oh, I already read that. Amanda says, hi. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining us. Geez, I'm off a week, and it's like I forget how to read these things. Glamfang says, howdy, y'all. Tom. Hi, Joe Expo. Ghoul World. Yes. And Glam, thanks for joining us. John says, who remembered to give a happy birthday shout to Julie Newmar last week? That's right. She's what, like 88 or something like that? I saw that posted, so pretty cool. And if we've had anybody's birthday this week or last, because I missed last, I like to give a birthday shout out. And so if you had a birthday, let us know. We'll say happy birthday to you. And John's, oh, I already read that. Glam says, glad you're back. Thank you. So am I. All right, so Carrie says, Diana, please. Tom says, Glam. All right, cool. Well, I am glad that I'm back in the saddle again, and got a pretty good schedule line up here for tonight. What's on, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. Guess no more, Chiller Maniacs. For at 9 o'clock, Chiller Night Theater, the movie is Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. Me, I'm the guest. It's me. Yeah, me being interviewed by Luke Rio. Luke is the head of Stream TV, and that was our very first episode that we did of the brand new Chiller Chat series, beginning with Stream TV. 11:30 Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Manster. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Chili Billy Cardell. That is, you can see there, from February of 2015. The late, great Bill Cardell, I should say. 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Night of the Blood Beast. So pretty neat lineup for tonight. And then Tom says, my dog Jack had a birthday yesterday. Well, happy birthday, Jack. hope you had a tremendous birthday. David says, speaking of the Wolfman on your shirt, on this day in 1981, American Werewolf in London was released. Very cool. All right, I like that movie. That was great. That was when, like we mentioned on here before, you know, those the practical effects, you know, from American Werewolf in London, The Howling, the Michael Jackson Thriller video. You're seeing all those new, they call them the bladder effects, and the reverse hair. You know, instead of, you know, they reversed the film, and the hair is growing out, the elongated snouts and claws and stuff. It was really cool looking. I mean, it, you know, does it hold up to today? I kind of think it does. I mean, some of it does. I love watching it. So, computer generated stuff, CGI, I think they're improving quite a bit, but it's still, some of it's still a little cartoony looking, but that's neat to know. American Werewolf, 40 years already. Oh my gosh, you just had to say that. 40 years. Wow. I wouldn't have even thought 40 years. That's crazy. Ghoul World Order says, The Howling had the best werewolf transformation scene ever. Yeah, the one that stands out and I don't know if this is the one that you're thinking of. It was the guy in the beginning, the first the serial killer guy who follows the female reporter in. At least that's the one that just pops into my head. I'm trying to remember the other transformations, to be honest with you. But I remember that. And then he gets, doesn't he get shot in the head, and he was able to, he pulls the bullet out or something like that, because it's not a silver bullet. I'm trying to remember that correctly. Tom says, "Yep, use the F word. Did you know?" With the 40 years? Yeah, I can see that happening. I almost did it myself just now. Yeah, still might. 40 years though. Wow. Isn't that incredible? John says, "Good evening, everyone." Hey, John, thanks for joining us. That's amazing. But it is so much fun watching those 80s movies. To me, that was just such a fun time to watch horror movies. Maybe it was just me, and I've mentioned this before. Maybe it was just because I was in high school or teenage growing up, and that was just a really fun time, going to the theater and seeing all that stuff, the Friday the 13th movies and the Howlings. And Brian says, "Hey, boss, at the Steelers game, let's get together very soon." Absolutely, Brian. Brian was supposed to be on Chiller Chat. I want so bad. Brian, I got to get you on. Oh, here's something coming up about that. So I will be in touch with you very soon, because I am sad to announce that the Harrisville Haunted House has been canceled for this year. So I found out very shortly before we could begin, and so that's the bad news. The good news is, as far as this is all concerned, I will be coming up with more episodes of Chiller Chat. I will keep those now. I'll be cranking those out, more regular episodes, and I'm not straying off of my regular schedule. In fact, we'll be having a new Chiller Night Theater episode too, Jack Shadow, and that will be coming up. I didn't think I could get it next Saturday, so we'll say we'll have a brand new Chiller Night Theater with Jack Shadow on Saturday, September 4th. That's not next week, but the week after that. And then we'll do some new Chiller Chats coming up very, very soon. Should I start this Tuesday? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I can start this Tuesday. I will let you know. But I am going to be doing more Chiller Night Theaters and a lot more Chiller Chats. So we'll get caught up on some episodes. Yeah, Brian, Lumberjack LaRue, we will definitely get together and have you on Chiller Chat. We were all set to film it, and then had some car trouble, unfortunately. But we will make it work. John says, "Hey, Glam." Glam says, "Hi, John." All right, so there we have it. Yeah, no haunted house this year. I just found that out. Well, I announced it last week. I think it was last week, but I found out for sure, like the week that I was supposed to begin is when I got the definite. I was supposed to start construction on August 9th, 10th, 11th. So by August 11th is when I knew for sure that that it was canceled. And it's certainly not because I didn't want to do it. I was all ready to go, as I always am, anything haunted house related or Halloween. But just through administrative mishap, the facility was rented out longer than it should have been, and so but it was just one of those things. It happens. So Ghoul World Order says, "Lumberjack LaRue, you and I are related." Oh, you're related to the Lumberjack LaRue. Brian, you still with us? That's pretty cool. Glam says, "Sorry to hear about the haunted house, but at least the word came down early." Yeah, and I go in these lately, since last year. I'll be honest, last year when I was building it, that was kind of a risk. There was no risk this year with the, with anything COVID or nothing like that. But last year I was very uncertain about things. I thought, well, yeah, I mean, it could get, canceled, all activities and stuff like that. I don't know, something crazy could happen. They could cancel everything a week before. I didn't know. I didn't know, and nobody really knew what was going on last year. But fortunately, we could, have it last year. This year, we were going full steam ahead. It just yeah. Anyways, we'll just have to be twice as scary next year when we come back, and we will be back next year. So, but like I said, you know, life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. So that'll give me time. What I can do is I'll just be making new Chiller Night Theater episodes, and maybe, just maybe, I'll do something special for Halloween when it comes to Chiller Night Theater, or Jack Shadow, or The Witch and Elmo Knox. So maybe I don't know. We'll see. I'm just saying that now off the top of my head. So we'll have to see. But Cassandra says, sorry to hear about the haunted house. Hey, come on down to the mini Gross Fest with David and myself on Halloween around 1 p.m. Maybe we can go live on Facebook with it. That's a possibility. I can't say I won't. Now that's on a Sunday, the 31st. So I don't know. We'll have to possibly. Ghoul World Order says, yes, the wrestler, right? Yes. He was the Dark Horse Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. So, Lumberjack LaRue. I want so bad to get him on Chiller Chat. I know it's wrestling, but I mean, that's kind of my thing too. So, yeah, I think that'd be cool to have. I've had Luscious Rocky Reynolds on. I've had the Masked Superstar on. So by golly, we're gonna have Lumberjack LaRue on too. Cassandra says, "Oh wait, I'm told it is Saturday the 30th." Oh, now that one that's the one that's possible. I can't say no. I can't say no right now, but it's possible that I might be doing something on that night with Chiller Night Theater Shop. I don't know yet. We'll see. Thank you though. I'll look into that. Yeah, Saturday's the 30th. That's when the Gross Fest is going to be. Okay, very cool. Something also that's local, at least for those of us within Pittsburgh area or not too far from Pittsburgh, is Mike Steelman is having a movie premiere tomorrow. Let me see. Where are you at? Here we go. For the Steelman movie, he is Pittsburgh's superhero Steelman. So very, very cool. He goes. I've actually seen him at Gross Fest, the last Gross Fest we were at. And the movie premieres tomorrow at 12 p.m. at the Oaks Theater in Oakmont, PA. So, and it's a zombie superhero comedy movie, rated R. So if you are down that way, actually go right to Mike J. Steelman. Go to his Facebook page if you're on Facebook. Look that up, and there's more information pertaining to that. But it will be tomorrow at 12:30. He did invite me, and unfortunately, I will not be able to make that tomorrow. So, but I appreciate the invite, Mike. I'm sure you're setting up and getting ready, and you're not watching this but George, if you're still out there, or Ghoul World Order. I thought that was very nice of him to invite me to that. And Ghoul World, there you are. We'll be there. We're going to film the after party. Okay, very cool, very cool. And Cassandra says, I love Steelman. Yeah, well, he's got his movie premiere tomorrow. So if you're anywhere near the Oaks Theater in Oakmont, Pennsylvania tomorrow around 12:30 p.m., stop on in and check out the movie premiere. John says, waiting for October 3rd, back-to-back Sarah Evans concerts and Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, Florida. Ooh, that sounds pretty cool. October 3rd. And Brad says, there he is. It's the Chill Night Pre-Show with Brian Hogue, starring Brian Hogan. Here's Brian. Sorry I'm late. Watching WWE SummerSlam 2021 on Peacock right now. Well, Brad, we've integrated a little bit of wrestling talk in tonight's show already, and we're only 17 minutes into it. So, Brad says, how's it going with the haunted house? Yeah. Well, unfortunately, and I just the reason I just got done telling everybody that unfortunately the haunted house has been canceled for the year, and yeah, it just you know it happened because the facility that I was authorized to use well in advance had been mistakenly rented all the way up until, not all the way up like every week, but all the way up until the week before I'm to open up. So, and there was, and I will say the borough tried to accommodate. They tried to get this, the rentals changed and accommodate the other folks. It just wasn't going to happen, and I know that they tried. So, say la vie. It is what it is. That's all you can say at this point. But it is what it is. It was going to be really awesome. But I will say this. I will say this. That incentivates me. Incentivates to get my own building now, like I used to have several moves ago. So that actually encourages me to get my own building just for the haunt. So like I say, I got knocked down a bit. The wind's out of my sails when it comes to that. But to be honest, I got back up pretty quick after it really settled in and dawned on me, like, oh my gosh, this is really not happening. So I always have a lot of fun with those, and I consider myself a haunter. I am a haunter. I mean, I've been doing this since 2006. It's unfortunate that I won't be able to do one this year, but like I said, it gives me more time at least to work on some more episodes. So I will be having, like I said, Brad, before you jumped on here, I let everybody know I'll be having more chiller chats. So keep them rolling now. I don't know about this Tuesday. I'll let you know. But I will say this. September 4th, we'll be having a new Chiller Night Theater. I didn't think I could get it ready in time for next week, but so I'll be having new stuff come out. If I was doing the haunted house, there'd be nothing other than, my weekly pre-show. So there is that. Lasercorn says, hey peeps, the bad news is that I'm late. The good news is that I finally have a Saturday evening all to myself. Well, hey, thanks for joining us on your Saturday, your solo Saturday evening. Joan says, for your information, the filming of the remake of Troma's The Toxic Avenger is finished up and is now in the editing room. Oh, well, very cool. Well, it shouldn't be, you wouldn't think it would be too much longer then. Let's see. Speaking of finishing up, earlier this week, I think it was this week, Obi-Wan Kenobi finished filming. They started in April and they finished in August. So, you can see that they really crank these out. So, I mean, everything is like pre-planned and pre-produced to death, on something of this magnitude. But I'm really looking forward to that. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So, it's a wrap. We'll see how that goes. Hayden Christensen, who played Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader, he'll be reprising his role. I don't know if they'll just be doing, I would imagine they'll be doing Anakin flashbacks And of course, we'll be seeing Darth Vader in this. I don't know where they're going to go with this, but I like the people in charge, and at the helm. So I don't know. I have more confidence in this stuff than I did with the sequel trilogy. So we'll see. Brad says, "Does that mean that you're planning on going to get a more permanent building?" I hope so. That's the plan. That's my vision. So we're gonna see how this the next several months plays out. So that's I don't know. Looking forward to that. We'll see. Like I said, I was a bit bummed about it because I love this stuff. I love it. It's just in my heart and soul and blood. Haunted houses, I love them. But I'm thinking of ways to just make next year all the better. So, and if I could even have a building up by then, that would be awesome. No setting up and tearing down. So, I mentioned Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I think is really cool. But even well, I do want to mention this: The Walking Dead. That starts up again, season 11, which, as I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the final season of the series. So, of course, we got the Rick Grimes movies that are coming on, and they might have. I don't know if they're doing any more spin-offs. I kind of hope they don't. I'm kind of. I think those spin-offs have spun all they're gonna do. But The Walking Dead starts again tomorrow night. It picks back up, season 11. This is it as far as I understand. So, other than the Rick Grimes movie, so we'll see how that goes. Looking forward to that. This has been Ava and I's thing, our Sunday night thing since it started, since the very beginning. Looking forward to it. Let's see. Oh, and that's starting. Walking Dead starting, and where's it at? Boba Fett. I mentioned this last time I was on. Boba Fett and Cobra Kai are both coming out in December. So December is looking to be a really awesome month, at least for this this geek right here. loves Boba Fett and Cobra Kai. I know Cobra Kai has nothing to do with science fiction or horror, but by golly, I'm throwing it in there anyway. So that's coming up in December. And also this week, I'll say this real quick, then we'll get back on Chiller. The Disney Gallery, Star Wars, The Mandalorian, making of The Mandalorian Season 2 finale. And if you've seen that finale, it is awesome. I mean, it is fantastic. That's coming out on August 25th on Disney Plus, so something to look forward to there. Coming out, I can't wait to see it. So today's the 21st, so it's coming out this coming week. Brad says Chucky is coming Tuesday, October 12th at 10 p.m. on both USA Network and Sci-Fi Network. Is that going to be? What is that? Is that a new? Is that a series? Is that a new series or something? I'll be honest, I haven't. But the only movie of the franchise killers that we grew up with, kind of like with Jason, and that was Halloween Kills. I believe that's the title, and that's coming out this October. I didn't hear about this. Ghoul World Order says our episode Decade of the Dead talked a little bit about the upcoming final season of The Walking Dead. I don't think The Walking Dead universe is going to disappear. No, I don't think it is. I like I said, we know we have the Rick Grimes movies. I believe there's going to be 3 of them, and I think I remember hearing that. I thought that they were going to do a couple more spin-offs. Like I say, I don't know. We'll see. The last season, I thought season 10 was good. I'll tell you what bothers me about the movie. All right, I'm just going to come out with it. Not with the movie, but the series. For me, the first couple seasons, especially the first season, I loved it. Because to me, that was like watching, that was like as if Night of the Living Dead that world was happening over here. You know, just other characters, and this is the event that's taking place. That could have very easily fit into the Night of the Living Dead world. Very easily could have. Even the zombies were the, you know, the same mannerisms, the same. In fact, Greg Nicotero refers to them as the Romero zombies for good reason. You know, they move in the same way. Um, I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the characters. There are some characters who can't carry an episode by themselves. They can't do it. They're not interesting to me. I don't want to see Eugene. I don't want to see, some of these other characters that just came on, and they're already giving them their own episodes. They're leading an episode. They're carrying that episode, and to me, I'm not interested. I do. I know that good storylines. You want to try different things, but if the characters were interesting to me, I would enjoy that. Most of them that they do these little side stories with are not that interesting, in my opinion. So that's where I have a problem, and I think a lot of people, it's really been a roller coaster ride with that. And as with any series that would go on for that long would have. But that's just my own personal ramble about it. What do you guys think? Do you enjoy the show? I mean, I'm still enjoying it. That's my only. They manage to take the most boring character sometimes, who I could care less about, or sometimes we just met that character like 2 episodes ago, and now they got their own. They're carrying an episode as I think that's boring. Lasercorn says, is anyone else looking forward to Dune in October? I knew that they were going to come out with a new Dune, but I didn't realize that was in October. I think that would be pretty cool. What's that coming out on? Is it a stream series? It's a series, right? Or is it a movie? Is it a movie? I will wait for your response, or somebody. And Ghoul World Order says, Chucky is a new series. Brad Dourif returns to voice Chucky. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I wonder if they're going to pick up where Chucky left off, or if they're just reinventing the story, relaunching it. I wonder if that's what this is. But if Brad's back, I don't know. It's almost as if they are continuing. The Child's Play, the most recent one, I understand what they were doing because of the technology and all that. I guess it was interesting in that aspect. It just didn't. I don't know. It didn't have the same feel at all. To me, anyways. To me, I like the idea of the spirit. That. Of his spirit entering this doll, and there's something paranormal, supernatural about that, where the other was an AI event that was taking place or occurrence. So, but Brad says, we found our Tuesday night chiller hangout. We found our Tuesday new night chiller hangout. Oh yeah, what's that? WWE next at 8 p.m. on USA Network, and Chucky series at 10 p.m. on both USA Network and Sci-Fi Network. Tuesday, October 12th. Oh, okay. Lasercorn says Brad Dourif is an amazingly underrated actor. Yeah, when I saw him on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, that's probably one of the earliest movies that I can think of him being on. But he was, you're right. I think he is an amazing actor. And then I've seen him on a lot of, I don't know why he hasn't done bigger projects, because he absolutely had the talent. Has the talent, but I mean, he could have been in a lot of major projects. because you're right. I mean, he's an outstanding actor, and he just has this intenseness, you know. Um, but really, I mean, what's he? You know, he's been in stuff in the horror genre, like you know, Stephen King's Night Shift, and of course Child's Play. Um, you know, an episode of the X Files. He could have been in so much more. I think, you know, maybe he will be, but he he had decades where he could have just been in some great movies. I don't know, my opinion, but I agree that he is an amazingly underrated actor. So, all right. So what's coming up? Oh, let's see. What else has he been in? Anybody else think of anything off the top of their head that really stands out that Brad Dourif, Dourif has been in that really stands out? I'd say like my favorite of him is, like I said, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I thought he was fantastic in that movie. So what do you guys think? Brad says Brad Dourif voice from Chucky is outstanding. Agree. Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think so. But he could be such a a serious actor. He could have. He could have. He could have. He, my phone is. My phone is listening to me. Stop that. Stop it. Um, Doc says Brad was in a movie called Chain Letter. I did not see that. I gotta say, Ghoul World Order said he was a Sheriff Brackett in Rob Zombie's Halloween. Okay, I saw that movie. I didn't recall him being in that. Okay. Um, Chain Letter. Yeah, I haven't seen those. I didn't see Chain Letter, but yeah, very good actor. Well, while we're thinking about Brad Dourif, I'm saying his name right. I just want to know: has anybody? I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. Has anybody been watching the Netflix series, uh, the UFO projects declassified? Anybody check those out? I think that's pretty cool. Now, there's also the one that was on Showtime, directed by J.J. Abrams, or produced by him. I don't know which. I don't have Showtime, so I haven't seen that one, so I can't really comment one way or the other. I have watched some of these episodes, and they're pretty interesting, I think. So if you like that type of thing, um, you know, UFOs, they're hip, they're now. Uh, they are real. I mean, it is being. You know, I don't know. I don't know if this just isn't catching the headlines, but they are real. I mean, this is not a. Isn't a guess. You know, this isn't. I don't know, the crazy people or you know anything like that, or that the news has always tried to make people sound out to be. They are real. It is. It has been disclosed. They are real. That's all the further that disclosure went. There's nothing above and beyond that. Like, well, let me tell you more. Here's the occupants or those who are controlling the crafts or you know manned or unmanned vehicles, um, but they're out there. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's interesting timing. Interesting timing. Um, Cassandra says, "I want to see that UFO projects declassified." I believe. Oh yeah, they're. It's been revealed that they are out there. They're real, and I think over time we've we've probably just been conditioned to another UFO story, another UFO story, and then you know there's probably a maybe a framework of time where people were, well, I don't know, what can I do about it? I don't know. I've seen one, I haven't seen one. What am I going to do about it? And then this type of thing is disclosed, and it's nothing earth shattering, is it? You know, it's like, oh, okay, well, all right, you know. like I've believed in UFOs for a long time, like 100%, like without any doubt. And there are a few things that I can say that about. You know, with Bigfoot, I think that idea is cool. That's a possibility. Um, there's certainly some evidence to you know, back that up if the evidence hasn't been fabricated by something other than Bigfoot. Um, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of Bigfoot, we'll be seeing him in. It's what actually the next movie that Jack Shadow will be featuring. The next new one, not next week, but the week after that will be Snow Beast. Haha. So about a killer yeti. So make sure you tune in for that one. That'll be a fun movie. Let's see. Doc says Chain Letter is on Tubi. I tagged you in a link. Ah, okay. All right, cool. I have Tubi, so I can check that out if I get a chance. Very cool. All right, thank you. And 8:37. You know what I'd like to do? Right about mid-show, I like to put that schedule back up and let you see what we're seeing tonight. I told you what was coming up on September 4th. That'll be a new episode. Jack Shadow will feature Snow Beast. But tonight, haha, here we go, 9 o'clock. Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. I really like this movie. I really like this movie. Actually, all 3 movies tonight are older episodes. They are before I started with my, you know, collaborating production with Stream TV. But I enjoy the movies. All 3 are good movies here tonight. And Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. I think that's a fantastic movie. Very creepy. Very, very creepy. Very ominous. And it's got some great audio to it. Very great sounds. I don't know, the moaning, you know, of the zombies, and just wow, very creepy movie. And I touch on this during the movie. I mean, Jack Shadow. I think he says something about this possibly being the first in Keller movie, a theatrical released zombie movie. Well, it come out in '72. I mean, think about that. It was just a couple years after Night of the Living Dead. So, very, very cool movie. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. Now that, it says Brian Hogan, Luke Rio. That was my very first episode with, well, I've been doing this show for what, 13 years, you know, ChillerNight, or Chiller Chat. But this is the first one where we've actually did it with, when I was collaborating with Stream TV and from our studio at the TV set. 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Manster. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is the legendary, the one and only, the late great Bill Chilly Billy Cardell, and that was an interview I had back in February of 2015. 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Night of the Blood Beast. There you have it. There is our schedule for tonight. We have it. Jeff says, love Snow Beast. Awesome. Well, check it out. 2 weeks from tonight. Lasercorn says, Snow Beast. Doctor says, Ormsby. Yeah, Alan Ormsby. Right. With Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. I think his character, and Jack Shadow touches on that as well. As much as you just want to smack him up, it really kind of carries that movie. You know, his character is so interesting to watch. I think so. That's what, you know. He's just one of the people you just want, you know. But he's interesting to watch, you know. And as an actor, he did a great job, you know, making you hate him, but also carrying that movie, you know, carrying at least a, you know, character-wise. I thought it was fantastic. David says, do you remember the movie Deranged? I I don't remember watching it. I remember hearing of it, but I don't remember. I couldn't sit here and have a conversation about it because unfortunately I don't recall that. What time era did that come out? Was that an early '70s movie? Deranged. Just listening to that title, it made me think of Twisted Brain. And that's why I'm asking because I know that was like an early '70s movie. Um, Lasercorn says the worst Bigfoot movie ever made is Yeti, Giant of the 21st Century in 1977. Okay, watching that movie is like watching a root canal. All right, maybe we'll have to get that for for a chiller night theater one of these nights. That's funny. Yeti. Laserquin says, I agree, Brian. Children shouldn't play with dead things is one of my favorite zombie movies. Isn't it though? I really like the comments that Jack is saying is like it's that's not just for dialogue. I mean, it was really that's really how I feel about the movie. I love watching that movie. To me, that's one of my favorite ones to watch, as well. Cassandra says UFOs are amazing. Bigfoot is cool, but I'm so on board to investigate the Dogman sightings in the tri-state area. Right, we need to do this. You just touched on something I was actually going to bring up tonight, and I'll be honest, I forgot about it. Normally I have notes here. I do have notes, but I forgot to add that. The Bray Road Monster or something like that. I think I'm trying to remember the name of it. See, that's how unprepared I was for it. But it is. There are two things. There's a werewolf, and then there's the dogman. Okay, and apparently these are two separate things. Werewolf is something that changes back and forth, the lycanthrope, and I guess the dogman. And I didn't know this. I didn't know this until I was interviewing Brian Seach. The dogmen apparently are a creature that is in that form, like permanently in that form, and that could be something that's a unknown species or maybe an interdimensional type of creature if it does exist. So, but that reminded me. I'm trying to think of the name of It's on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. Or wait a minute. I'm really unprepared with this. I'm sorry. It's either on Netflix or Amazon Prime and now I'm thinking it's actually on Amazon Prime. But pretty interesting feature. I can't say it's a movie because it's more of a documentary where they're talking about it and interviewing people about this creature. But that got me thinking about it when you said that. I was going to mention that tonight. Doc says he played a real jackwagon. Oh yeah, 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 he did. And that's another thing that Jack Shadow mentions is, you mentioned Ormsby, Alan Ormsby, and all the characters in that movie. Now, Jack makes similarities between Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things and, of all movies, the Blair Witch Project. They are, the young people go off and, tamper with things they shouldn't be tampering with. But they all use their first real names, like the actors and actresses. That's their names, and they're using them like Heather Donahue in the Blair Witch Project. It's Heather, and forget the other two, but I think that's kind of cool. I just do. And then Brad says, "What are you planning on doing? When are you planning on doing Chiller Chat again, Brad?" I don't know exactly. Maybe I'll do one this Tuesday. If I do, I will post it. I won't have a guest on it because I don't think that's fair to do to a guest where I'm not announcing it this early. So if I get on there, I might just be, hey, we're back. We're going to be rolling with the Chiller Chats. I might do one Tuesday night, but if I don't, it'll be the week after that. But very soon, I'm going to be starting those up. Jeff says, you end up wanting the dead to come back just so they can kill that guy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. He is the perfect bad guy, or just that, and that's I mentioned stuff about story writing, and And it's the same in whether you're doing a story movie or professional wrestling. You know, you got your storylines. There's that setup and the payoff. Well, this whole movie, you know, he sets it up, and then you have that, you know, no spoilers, um, but it's a really well done setup, better than most. Better than most, because there's a lot of movies where, you know, right away in like a, I don't know, your typical Friday the 13th, you've got your cardboard cutout, two-dimensional. This is the jerk. This is the jock. This is the, you know, you've got your laundry list of characters and your personas that are just okay. This is that one. This is that one. This is that one. Your token characters for your horror movies, but this guy, great job he does. So watch it if you've never seen it, or if you have, just watch it again tonight. It's a fun one to watch. Um, John says, Master, a strange take on the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah. The Duality of Man. It's a classic. Yeah. Yeah. Is it a man or a monster? Or is it a master? Well, I guess we know by the title. Yeah, that is there's kind of go deep philosophical wise with that one, you know. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Lasercorn says deranged was pretty twisted. John says you're going to show a root canal. Now that's a horror movie. Yeah, that would be. I would think if I was starring in it. Craig says hi. Hey, Craig, thanks for joining us. Lasercorn said made a mistake. It's Yeti, giant of the 20th century, not 21st. Oh, I didn't. You know, I read it and I didn't even catch that. All right, Yeti, giant of the 20th century. All right. David says, did you ever see Toby Hooper's follow-up to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Eaten Alive with Neville Brand? No, I've seen that. Like I've seen like the poster or something. I mean, I'm aware of the movie, but I've never seen it. I did not, and I didn't even know that. That is a follow-up to it. You're talking. Oh, wait a minute. Let me clarify here. It's a follow-up to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or it's a follow-up of Toby Hooper's movie, like after he did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's pretty neat, though, if it's a follow-up to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'll wait to be enlightened here. John says, Brian, and speaking of wrestling, have you seen the new series Heels and Stars yet? No. I've been seeing the trailers for it, but I haven't seen that. Has that started? I guess it has if you've seen, if you've started to see it, or does that mean you've seen it? I don't know, but I have seen the trailers, and it really looks awesome. I would love to see it. I don't know. Has anybody seen that? Is it out yet? There's a lot of stuff coming out now, and I'm kind of excited about it. Like even Netflix Resident Evil. I only got, like, believe it or not, I don't watch that much TV. I just don't seem to. I'm trying to make more time to just for more recreation. But I started watching the first episode of Resident Evil. I didn't even get the whole way through. But what I did see, I thought it was entertaining. I would like to go back in and actually complete that series. So it was looking fantastic. The computer graphics on it. Like I'm not really normally into that type of thing, but it really looked really cool. And it is kind of fitting because it was a computer game. So if you look at it that way, that probably is a pretty fitting way to do the Resident Evil series. Brad says, I thought it would be great to have on Tuesday, October 12th at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live because of WWE NXT at 8 p.m. on USA Network and the Chucky series at 10 p.m. on both USA Network and Sci-Fi Network. Since you have more time now since cancellation of the haunted house this year, you don't have to have a guest or not. That's your decision. It's up to you, Brian. Yeah, it's possible. October 12th. We'll have to see how October is. We'll have to see. Um, Jeff says, Eaten Alive is loosely based on a real person. Joe Ball, a serial killer down here in Texas. Oh, is that right? That's pretty neat. I've not seen it. I might have to check that out now. 8:51. Okay, I see John's statement there. I'm thinking, is it over? No, I got 8 minutes, but yeah. John says, you have been watching Chiller Night Pre-Show with Brian Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand reminding you the East Coast is under a major storm watch, so watch out for sewer sharks. It's a thing. Yeah, we've seen that. Stay chilled and keep thrilled. See you next Saturday night. All right, John, thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate that. Brad says, Chiller Chat Live. I meant to say. Oh, okay. for Tuesday, October 12th. I'll have to say. I don't know yet. October, I'm going to see what can I do now that I'm not doing a haunted house. Is there something else I can do to make that, memorable, even more so, to kind of even things out, with Jack Shadow. And he needs something to do in October. I got to get him out there. He gets restless. So that's his time to shine, So we'll see. We'll see how October goes. Okay, David says, yes, Eaten Alive was Tobe Hooper's next movie after Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was filmed completely on a soundstage. Oh, okay. Very cool. I've known of it, but I've never seen it. So that's cool. Eaten Alive, I've never seen it. We're gonna have to perhaps look for that now. So, well, I got a few more minutes, then I'll put that schedule up again. But just a sneak peek, real quick. Oh, Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things coming up at 9. If you've never seen this movie, folks, if you've never seen it, check it out. You gotta see Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. In my opinion, it's it's just a really fun, spooky zombie movie. It is when Jack says it's like the perfect Saturday night chiller. Believe it really is. It's very entertaining. A really good movie. John says, last note, has anyone watched Lights Out, which is a TV mystery series from the late 40s? I've not seen or even heard of that one. What channel would that be on? I've not heard of that. Lights Out. So I'll wait for him to. Brad says 5 minutes until Chiller Night Theater. Go get your computers ready. I know. I wish. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to be able to say, hey, folks, guess what? We got the, I guess I don't have anything to do with it. But Stream TV's Roku channel's back up and rip-roaring ready to go. I'd love to be able to tell you that very, very soon. I can't wait because I know a lot of you, watch it on the Roku channels, as do I. I like watching it on a big screen, bigger than this. So I really hope that comes soon. John says you can see episodes on YouTube. Oh, okay. Lights Out. You can watch that on YouTube if anyone's interested. It's a TV mystery series that takes place in the 40s, in the late 40s. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we are coming up on the time, so I will put this schedule back up here. All right, 9 in just a few minutes, folks. It'll be here before you know it. It'll be here quicker than you want it to be. So we'll be putting a cap on this episode here. So give you time to go get your snacks, your beverages, adult beverages, whatever floats your boat, and then settle down to watch Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things at 9 p.m. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. It is me being interviewed by Luke Rio, the Stream TV station manager, and that was our first Chiller Chat from the studio, where Chiller Chat actually branched off into its own program. Before, it was segments that was done in between the segments of the movies in the previous version of the show, Sleepy Hollow Theater. 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Manster. 1:30, Chiller Chat. My guest is the one and only Bill Chilly Billy Cardell, the late Bill Cardell. And then 2 a.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Night of the Blood Beast. So there you have it. All right. All right, we're all caught up on the chats. It was great to be back again tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. And Tom says, does Stream TV have their app up and running yet? No, it does not. It does not. And I'm sorry to announce that they don't have that up yet. So, and as soon as they do, I will be, I will be so ready to tell you. So, and I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard, and I just talked to them yesterday, so I know they, it would have been brought up. So, but unfortunately, I have no news to give you when it comes to that. So, it's still online, available online. So, but I hope you stick around. I hope you do join Jack Shadow online here in just a few minutes. So, but thank you for joining me nonetheless for the ChillerNight Live pre-show. Thanks to all of you. And have a good night. Have a good chiller night. We'll see you next week.